All right, today we're going to show you how to rearm an inflatable PFD. And as you can see here, there's a number of varieties and styles that are available, as well as to the type of activities that you do. You may kayak, you may sailboat, you may pleasure boat, you may fish. So when you do pick out an inflatable PFD, pick it for your style and activity that you're doing, but also be aware there's different variations when it comes to activating or deploying the inflatable so it fills up and keeps you from being in a hazardous situation if you fall into the water. We're going to go through the basics on how to change out the CO2 cartridge and then repack the vest itself. So first off, with the different styles and design, be aware that there's all types of different kits to rearm these vests. One thing that we suggest is go to the vest itself, look on the inside, and you'll see a manufacturer's label that has the information in regards to the type of vest that you have, whether it's automatic, manual, water activated. Look at that information, go to the manufacturer's website, purchase the rearming kit, and follow those instructions from that specific manufacturer. But we just want to show you the basics on how to rearm and repack an inflatable vest. Some have different windows to show you what's going on here, and we have a couple different vests here that have been activated. And when you pull the ring, it pops open, it fills full of CO2 up around your shoulders and head and keeps you afloat. So once you're out of the water, how do I get that vest back to a normal working activity? One thing I do suggest, whatever style of vest that you have, make sure that you have a CO2 rearming cartridge. That way, if you do deploy your vest, you can rearm it and repack it when you get back to shore. Before you put your PFD on, you want to check and make sure that it is good to go. And you can see here, this window, it shows green. That means the vest is good. It will activate and inflate if you need to use it. This vest over here, which we've already activated and deployed, it shows red in the window. Always check that before you put on, then you know that the vest is good. The other thing, besides just using them in the water, these cartridges do have expiration dates on it. So if you've had a vest for a number of years, always check to see that your CO2 cartridge is current and hasn't expired. So we're gonna walk through and show you how to change the basic CO2 cartridges on these couple of life vests. I'm gonna open this vest up and show you the inside of it so you get an idea what you're looking at. And you can go online and look and see how these things inflate, but we're going to walk you through what makes up these vests. As you can see here, here's where the CO2 cylinder goes. It's a 24-gram CO2 cartridge, and they come in different sizes. So when you look at the manufacturer, you'll know, is this a 24-gram cartridge? Is it a 33 or 38? That's why I always suggest go to the manufacturer's website and see what cylinder you need to reactivate that vest. So you can see here how this opens up. This all inflates when you're in the water, and then when you get back, you have to deflate that. So how do you do that? A couple different ways is you take the cylinder off by unscrewing it, and then over here, this is the manual tube that's designed to, if the CO2 cylinder didn't work, you could actually blow this up. Now, to get the air out of it, what you want to do, it's almost like a tire stem on a tire, is put that in there, push your hand on the vest to get rid of all the air in that vest so it's nice and flat. That way you can repack it. So this one has all the air out. We're going to put this back on. Then we're going to show you how to put the CO2 cylinder in and then pack it back up. We're going to open this vest up here, and a couple things to pay attention to, and almost all the vests have some sort of instructions. You can see here that it indicates how to reactivate the CO2 cylinder and how to rearm it. But you can see here it states this is a 24-gram CO2 cylinder, which we have right here. Shows it on the cartridge, 24 grams. So this matches up. But one thing you need to check, in here, this little cylinder, if you unscrew that, okay, This is where the little water activated tablet is, and on that there is a expiration date. As you can see here, it's time to change it. This is January 18th, so we want to change that out with a new bobbin. So we have a new one here that was in the cylinder, and you can see that's good to March 26th. 2026. So we want to put that in there, and you can see there's little grooves on this. And if you look in the end of this cylinder, this little bobbin needs to drop in there, but you want to make sure this is clean and dry, there's nothing in there. So we're going to line this up to drop that in there, and there's plenty of grooves in there, so you can only go in one way. So there that drops in. Then you take this, put that back on. There's a spring inside of it. You want to turn that down nice and tight so it's all the way down, okay? Now, the next thing to do is take your CO2 cylinder, and again, this is a 24-gram vest, so we want to match it up with a 24-gram cylinder, and you can see right here it says 24 grams. On the end here, it's a little plastic deal that goes in and locks in, so when you push that in here, you can see what occurs is when we push down on it and turn it, simple as that, locks in, and you can see the window here goes from red to green, okay? Push down, goes to green, now we're ready to fold it back up. And it's simple to do. Again, the instructions are right there within the vest itself, but you want to, again, make sure you have all the air out of it. Simply fold it over like such. And there's a number of different styles of vests. This happens to have Velcro. So what we want to do, we'll tuck that back under here, like such. Come over like this. Make sure it's under so you can see through the window. Make sure it's good. Take the Velcro, seal it up on the one side. Do the other side. Velcro comes over. Put that into place, and then when you come up to the neck and head area, fold that over, and I always like to stay right on the same creases. One fold, two fold, make sure that's in, and then I'll go to the top, come back around with the Velcro, so it's nice and snug all the way around the vest, and there you go. Your CO2 life vest has been rearmed and repacked and ready for use the next time you're on the water.